good?
Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Royal Rumble predictions. I got my boy Rev with me at Reviant R on Twitter if you want to find him. Rev, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed today, brother. We are just about a week away. We are going to be having a watch along with Royal Rumble weekend, baby.
Yes, indeed. And I'm in such a good mood. Tom Brady is out of the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is out. His team really needed a shot in the arm. He couldn't get it done. Roger Goodell for Book of the Year. But let's hop into this thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm doing this today because I just 30 minutes ago came up with who's going to win the men's Royal Rumble. It just hit me. We'll get to the Rumble picks for last. But first up,
yes,
Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. We're going to have a weigh-in, and this is going to be a tremendous matchup, a dream matchup. We've talked about this before. I don't like the way they've presented Bobby Lashley so far. But nevertheless,
the build-up itself, as you're putting it out there, like the build-up has been lackluster.
Yes, absolutely. It's been lackluster. But nevertheless, here we are, and it's Brock, it's Bobby. It's going to be a hard-hitting match. I expect a great match. The last time I talked to you about this match, I said the words, Brock's winning. And there ain't no question to it. Well, guess what, Rev? I got Bobby Lashley winning the championship on this one. I know you may be shocked to hear that one. What do you think?
Wow.
Bobby's winning the title. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Roman is going to run down, or something's going to happen. The Usos are going to come out. They're going to screw up the match, and Bobby Lashley's going to win the championship over Brock Lesnar.
Yes. If that happens, dear God, we are going to have our match, Brock versus Roman.
Yes. Well, I think we're getting it regardless, but it's going to be funny as to how we get there. But who do you have? Who do you have winning, Brock versus? I heard you.
I am legitimately, and I've been tossing this back and forth during that little Q&A thing that Ray had. I've been tossing that back and forth ever since this morning. So yes, the advantage with the hurt lock / master lock, that goes what I was saying with Bobby. But Brock Lesnar still has the Kimura lock and the Brock lock. So he has two submission moves that he can utilize. And people don't know that. People do not know that.
Yeah, Brock.
So
dominant MMA star. Go ahead, continue your point.
So with that being said, both of them being MMA, champions in their respective fields, both of them being MMA champs, one being Bellator champ, one being MMA, UFC heavyweight champ, that's saying something, because even if you were to put these two in a UFC fight or in a Bellator fight, it can go either way.
Yes, indeed. I mean, that would be an excellent MMA matchup. I'd rather see it in an MMA ring than a wrestling ring, to your point. As for who wins at the Rumble, who do you have?
As for who I want to win, I would really, and I'm hoping that they push this to the moon and back. Bobby Lashley, giving him a second chance.
Yes. I would not bet my hard-earned money on it, but yes, I think Lashley is winning this one. And by nefarious means, we have people interfering in the match. I would absolutely love to see that happen.
Yes, and to be fair with that, I can honestly say, with that being said, it makes sense because you have the fact of the Hurt Business, trying to get involved. You have the Usos trying to get involved. You have those two factors. You have those two factors of those two teams getting involved in said match, possibly going into a feud with either one. People have been stating this. People have been stating this for years, saying that saying that, oh, Bobby Lashley's a Brock Lesnar wannabe for so many years. Well, Bobby Lashley has gone on to his own. He's become the Almighty for so many reasons. He's become the alpha male of Impact Wrestling over the years. But
Absolutely.
now that he's back in WWE, he's become a mainstay Providence person when it comes to, you know, his U.S. Championship reign for a second time, being a WWE champion. I mean, literally,
Yes.
he's been a part of the ECW brand, and he was their champion at the time.
He's done a lot of great things, and like I expect them to continue to go on to do great things. We both want to see a Lashley win. Hopefully we get it. But as we move on to Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, they've teased the champion versus champion. I don't think they're going there with Lesnar versus Reigns at Mania, but Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, this is going to be a banger of a match. Like, the only problem I have with this match is to hell with the brand split, right? Like, we got to honor the brand split rules. That's just me.
Please, for the love of God, it worked during the reality era. It worked during the PG era, but we are past the point. We are past the point of that. We are in the era of social media where everything is accessible now. And yet people are still bantering on and saying WWE stinks and saying that there's no flavor with it. And honestly, I can honestly say, you know, the build-ups have been pretty okay, but they haven't hit the mark. And to other people's points saying that, oh, AEW's copying WWE. I mean, they're coming into their own in their own special way. It's kind of like, you know, you have like say for grades and you know, academics and all that stuff. You have the special needs kids who have a difficult time. And honestly, to that point, you know, I consider AEW as special needs kids. And they're kind of copying, you know, the naturally gifted, you know, kids.
I wouldn't say that much. I mean, AEW has their own style, and I think everybody has their own style in the way that they go about it. And you know, you see, you know, there are always going to be similarities amongst wrestling, but I wouldn't necessarily go that far.
I'm just, you know, coming out of the woodwork because of, you know, that, and because of, you know, me having said disability, but I'm using it as an example.
Right. But
I'm in that.
Roman Reigns versus Rollins.
So we have Reigns versus Rollins, and personally, I think Rollins has a chance. I think Rollins does have a chance at this point, even with you know, the mind games that he's been playing, not just on Raw but also on SmackDown too. I think the mind games actually have more of an impact on Reigns than anything, and I think the schemes are working. So if WWE can play its cards right, they can pull this off.
So who you got? Who's you going with Rollins?
I got Rollins. I got Seth Rollins on this one.
Wow, Rollins taking the dub. I tell you this much. The Roman Reigns thing, he's dominating, and I don't see it ending here. I think the only way Roman loses is at WrestleMania, and even then I got him winning there. I got Roman Reigns winning, but if you're gonna spice things up, Rollins winning the championship wouldn't be the worst thing in the world in my estimation. But I got the big dog, the head of the table, whatever he is now, winning or retaining the Universal Championship. But I tell you what,
that
Twitter
makes
would
sense,
flip out if you have Rollins. You want to talk about something that would be a shock. Rollins winning would make me flip like that. That would be crazy.
Yes, yes. My betting odds have been predicted with anime stuff. With anime dub casting before, and I've been on the money on that one. And if I'm on the money with this one, oh my god, this would totally be a shocker when it comes to just the Royal Rumble event as a whole.
Yes, indeed. As we keep it moving, we got The Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix.
We got the Grit couple versus the It couple.
Yes,
oh my god!
I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest. The build for this one, it has really gone down for me. I was excited.
It's interesting, but it's not gravitating.
Right. It was kind of gravitating when it first came about, when Beth Phoenix, first came along on the scene. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this at the Royal Rumble. All right, I'm with it. But as it is going on, it is turned into Maurice being the red in the movie Friday. She's afraid of Debo. That's the whole storyline. And I mean, that's what it is. She keep running from Debo. But I guess as for who I have winning the matchup, we see Maurice hit her with the brick, and I got the faces here. Edge and Beth Phoenix gets it done. Who do you have winning?
Man, I gotta go with the master manipulator. I gotta go with the radar superstar and the glamazon out of everything in this fight. I mean, I love the dynamic that Edge and Beth, have in the real life, but as a team, as a husband and wife, duo, being first time husband and wife Hall of Famers, they would definitely, kick some ass and do some damage. But it's like you have to take into account the cunningness of Edge and Maurice. So with that being said, I fully have Edge and Beth winning in a miracle of a chance.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion about it.
Absolutely. As we keep it rolling, I expect that one to be a pretty good match, that mixed tag match. As we keep it rolling, the Raw Women's Championship is on the line. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop versus Piper. I still call her Piper. I expect it to be a fantastic matchup. These are two fantastic workers, but this is the one where, okay, there's no doubt about the result. Becky Lynch wins to me in what will be an outstanding matchup. Who do you have winning?
Now, honestly, that is 15 years in the making, as people have said, and there is a little bit of a backstory with that. Saying with Piper Nevin, aka Doudrop, basically stating that she's been wanting this for a long time, and since either one of them have crossed paths, we actually know, but as Doudrop and Becky Lynch, they've never crossed paths. But the problem is that you have the height advantage and the strength advantage going to Doudrop, aka Piper Nevin, and you have the speed advantage going to Becky, going to Becky Lynch. And sorry if I have to say this, but I have Doudrop.
Whoa! Really? For the win? Now, that wouldn't be the shock of all shocks. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, she's trying to get some momentum going. She's been getting some momentum going, and literally due to people saying that, oh, she might botch this. She does have a lot of great accolades with IWC and so many other wrestling promotions that she's been a part of.
She's been awesome.
I mean, really, you cannot underestimate the girl. You cannot underestimate her.
Not at all. I think we all love Piper.
Yeah, we do.
You have Piper winning. That would be another shock. As we head on to the men's Royal Rumble match. For here, we're gonna do our last four and who do you have winning? And boy, the unpredictableness of it all. This is the most unpredictable as we head into the match, men's Royal Rumble match of my lifetime. Normally, you have a list of guys who you feel that, okay, he's slated to win. Not this year, to me. My final four is going to be...
No.
Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, Big E,
Yep.
and AJ Styles.
Yep.
And I have winning because I feel like this is going to be a WWE thing to where it's wide open and there's no clear winner. So they're going to do what they likely always do. And that's go with the main thing.
Even if Brock gets screwed out of the WWE Championship match, he still has a shot.
Is Brock Lesnar to win the men's Royal Rumble matchup? Brock is gonna win it. He's gonna lose. He's gonna get screwed out of the title, and then come at the end of the show and win and close it out by winning the Royal Rumble match to face Roman Reigns. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's just where I see WWE going. What are your thoughts, Rev?
Ooh, that is a big jump there. That is a big jump. I'm gonna have to go with Brock Lesnar on one hand, Kevin Owens on the other, Montez Ford on the other.
Wow.
And Dominic as the last one.
You know, I absolutely love that. Like having those guys in that spot, especially Montez Ford.
I mean, Ken knows what he's doing. Ken knows what the hell he's doing. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yes, indeed.
He just has he has that angelic voice. He has that angelic voice of, are you ready? I mean, seriously, you can't top that. I mean, even with Bianca Belair being his wife and everything, he's like, damn, like, come on now.
Dude is outstanding, man.
Yeah,
dude is outstanding.
I mean, you have Kevin Owens, who's a decorated champion, from Ring of Honor all across the world. I mean, hell, he was even a part of the elite at one point back in the early days of Ring of Honor.
He's done it all.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you have Brock Lesnar, being a decorated champion all over the world too. He's done it all. he was even an IWGP Heavyweight Champion, just like AJ Styles. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And then you have Dominic, being trained under Rey Mysterio, not just Rey, but Conan and Rey Fenix, Booker T, so many others. Yeah, I mean, not to cut my prediction close for comfort, but I have to give my condolences, to Conan, recuperating and being in the hospital and everything.
Absolutely, we wish him well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
5150 to live and die.
Yes,
in
sir.
LAX.
Yes, indeed. Who do you have as your overall winner of the men's Royal Rumble matchup? Who are you taking out of those four?
Taking out of those four?
Yeah.
Out of a freaking miracle, I would want to have Montez Ford win.
Wow, that's who you would like to have. Do you think he will win it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Montez Ford. Wow. That would be I would be shocked on that one. That would be something. I think his singles run will come. I'm not sure if it will come just yet, but that is a shocking pick. I mean, and to be fair, it is This is the Royal Rumble where it's way out there. You don't know who's going to win it. But Montez Ford, how about that? How about that? As we get going toward the Women's Royal Rumble matchup, this is another one that's wait.
We have 19. We have 19 of the 30 participants, and yet as we talked about this, not just here, not just on Twitter, but we've discussed this on Discord as well, you know, primarily on Twitter as well, saying that WWE has been leaking the information and saying that Cameron's going to be a part of it, that Melina's going to be a part of it.
Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers.
I know. That's the main problem. That's the main problem that WWE has. You know, they leaking too much.
Right. I seen when they talked about Mickie James and the others in it, but I haven't seen any others. And again, to that point, like, I understand announcing Mickie James, but because she's Impact champion.
Because she's a free agent, because she's a free agent, and she's the Impact World Champion for Impact, but she's still a free agent in and of itself.
Right. But you don't have to leak all those names out there.
No.
But nevertheless, my final four, I'm going to go with Lita because they've already kind of thrown that out there. Charlotte Flair is going to be in the final four. Naomi.
Yes.
And number 4 is really I want to say I know what I'm going to go with it. Bianca Belair as my final 4. And you know what? This storyline has been going on and on and on, and it feels like there's no design into it. Where we're gonna get the design into it when Naomi wins the Women's Royal Rumble matchup and faces Charlotte Flair.
I can't argue with that. I got to agree with you on that. I got to agree with you.
So who's it? You got Naomi taking it?
Yes, I got Naomi taking the W. Absolutely. I got Naomi taking the whole thing.
I would love that. Matter of fact, I hope that closes the show. If Naomi is winning it, that's what I want to close the show. And we head on to Naomi versus Charlotte Flair. And I think we're going to get the classic storyline where the Authority is screwing over the up-and-coming star as we head to WrestleMania. And then we have Naomi have her moment at WrestleMania as she beats Charlotte Flair, which would be a darn near career-defining win to beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, consider how much she's won at WrestleMania. So,
yeah, she has a impressive WrestleMania record, and that's just for a Flair alone.
Yeah. So we both got Naomi winning the Women's Royal Rumble. I tell you what, this is the most wide open Royal Rumble of all time. I am going to be watching this Saturday. The card is the Royal Rumble is the best pay-per-view going for me, and it's my favorite pay-per-view, and I cannot wait.
Yes, and honestly, you know, you're not the only one that actually says that, but you know, a couple of years ago when Booker T actually showed up, you know, that was a defining moment with me and my friend, you know, who I will not name during this podcast, but he knows who he is. If he's gonna watch this, he's gonna watch this. So really, all I can say is, hopefully you watch the Royal Rumble, my dude. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully work was good for you this morning. And I'm sorry about, you know, calling you all day yesterday.
Well, that is it, Rev. Thank you for coming in for breaking down the Royal Rumble. We will absolutely see how it turns out. Thank you for coming in, my brother.
And we will talk about the fallout of the Royal Rumble. And very soon we will be also talking about AEW's pay-per-view very soon, coming up in March.
Yes, indeed. Revolution, we will absolutely talk about that. Thank you for coming in, Rev. Take care, my brother.
Take care. Too sweet.
All right.